as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to... And the Trojans will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will have the ball first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Pulls and fires complete to the right. There he goes. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Nittany Lions are on the move. The play fake on first down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Backed up now, here's second and long. They'll give it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a third and long. To throw, it's Hicks. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So USC's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Got a man, it's Prince. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Complete on the shuffle. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Hicks. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to start fast. This offense, man, not only have you not put anything together, the defense hasn't either. This game has gotten away from them early. They need to do a better job of protecting their quarterback.
The Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pulls it and fires to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's got him. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Trojans will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. What a cut. Now he's loose. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. With that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
The Nittany Lions in a good spot here with 2nd and short. It'll be a draw. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Lining up to convert 3rd down. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete. The Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Got his man downfield. Still running at the 40. Gets loose in the middle. Touchdown, Trojans! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Getting set for the point after. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Didn't get much done on that line. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Leaves it with the running back.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. To the air on first down. It's complete on the right side. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Just a short pass to the tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Offense set on first down. Feeds it, fires complete. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. So after the break, they'll go back to work. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And the Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. The Trojans have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. 2nd and goal for this offense. On the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, USC!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they did tack on the extra point. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barry. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hope it... Turning it on! Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Hicks. Finds the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, running back on the move. Got the first down, looking for more. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Using the quick game. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. The Nittany Lions will bring the punt team onto the field. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get...
Nice hands on the right sideline as he has it for a huge gain. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line. Best uniforms in the sport, and a play is made befitting of those threads.
Well, this is not the format to have a debate back and forth. Not the best uniform in sports, but definitely always a lot of flash and sizzle with USC offenses.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's McLeod. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. From the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Miranda. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Rides the back on the option. The give. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. The short hand. It's Ashmore. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Trojans didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gets it out fast. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success. not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. Splits the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. James Madison is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Harrisonburg, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by 7 over Louisiana Tech. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here's the shuffle pass. It's complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. That's caught. It's Prince. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air, it's Hicks. Fires to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Takes it on the shovel. Finding open areas. There he goes. Past the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, heat that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Makes the grab over the middle. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31. And the Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. It's complete to the right. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Makes the grab. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Got his man on the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Makes the grab on the left. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Dropping back, it's Hicks. Finds his big tight end. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. Wants to return it. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Play action on first down. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. They'll run play action. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. To the air on second down. And he's got his man along the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of...
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
The Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. 7th play of the drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got it behind the line. It's Ashmore. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are continues to put up numbers, and that number is now over 300.
This guy just throws completions, man. The ball doesn't seem to touch the ground. He's back there. He's making the right reads. Right now, he is locked into what this defense is trying to do.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. They'll go right back to the run. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. Now facing a 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He splits the uprights. That brings him to within 1.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's McBride. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. That's reeled in. It's Monroe. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. Dropping back, it's Hicks. Unloads to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Monroe. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. They got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now 1 more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. And the Trojans decide to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that.
And you will always remember your first, and how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the 1st. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. And that is no good. And, guys, not only a miss, but a missed opportunity to take the lead.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
Tight end now in motion. He leaves it with his back.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
With the catch, it's Christensen. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Hicks. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. The Nittany Lions will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Off the play fake on 1st down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Gets it out quickly. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw for it. Hauls it in. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 25. And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
The Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Miranda. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. They're going to run it. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front 7 has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State D-line just dominant.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need push it downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, there's an alley on the left. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
The Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run it from the gun. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on second down. He wants it all. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They move on top here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. With that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. Looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's McLeod. Just couldn't nudge it across for the two-point conversion. They'd hoped to go up by a touchdown, but they're still up by 5 here in the fourth. He'll bring it back looking for help. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Just a little off. Incomplete. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to pass. It's Hicks. Unloads it left. Finds his man. It's Prince. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The pull and throw off the RPO. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Nittany Lions will punt it away on fourth down. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Immediately fires to the middle. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He lobs one high down the left side. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The sure hands, it's Monroe. Breaks into the open. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Safe little shovel pass. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Looking to throw, it's Hicks. Fires to the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They'll use a timeout here. You have to be certain at this point in the game. This is a designed run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Monroe. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. Wants to go up top on first down. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down cover. Wants to go up top. Snags it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Looking downfield, it's Hicks. Gets it to the back. Touchdown, Penn State! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge. From the gun, looking for a man. It's caught. The 2-point try is good, and now it's a 3-point game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Quick completion on the out route. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. The throw. Got it in the middle. It's McLeod. Timeout call by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. Moving out of the pocket. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. A huge pressurized kick coming right now as this game hangs in the balance. Right down the boulevard. It's good. The final grains of sand were about to disappear from the hourglass, and just in the nick of time, they tie it up.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Hicks. Under fire. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
The give out of the gun. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. On the shovel. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They want to keep this drive alive. 3rd and short here in overtime. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. It turns out that celebration all for naught. Touchdown called back on the penalty, and they'll have to try it again. Quick release on the RPO. Stop and play another round of overtime.
And that's just not the possession they wanted, man. They just struggled. They couldn't put anything together. They forced the field goal unit on, and then he misses. Now, all the other side needs is a field goal. They get a field goal, and this game's over.
Fighting off the defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. He'll throw on 3rd down. Got it! He got it in! And the celebration is on! A walk-off touchdown in OT!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it